let's go ahead and take a chat here real quick about the recent Return to the Forgotten Age article. So there's some pretty interesting cards. I'm gonna go ahead and link this in the chat so you guys can take a look at it if you haven't seen it already here. FFG announced Return to the Forgotten Age, which is pretty sweet. I'm personally a huge fan of TFA. I know people have their gripes with it, but as somebody that came into the game starting at TFA, it's actually still pretty has a pretty close place in my heart personally. I really like a lot of the scenarios. I know people complain about Boundary Beyond a lot, but I personally don't mind the difficulty in that scenario. Yeah, I think, let's see, overall, my favorite scenarios from that campaign are probably Depth and Doom of Etsley, personally. I really like the theme of Doom of Etsley. Oh, yeah. Plenty of trauma, that's for sure. But let's see, let me see if I can just quickly pull up this window here. Gonna make a live scene here. Let's turn this on. Here we go. Okay. So let me go ahead and let's take a look here. So let's see. So as you can see here, we see the product fan here, which actually does give a couple of spoilers. So we see what looks to be an upgrade for what is that? Truth from Fiction, the card that places secrets on a card or an asset that you control. We see Mists of Rillier, some sort of new weakness, I'm assuming. So each of these return to boxes usually includes some sort of special set of weaknesses. So it looks like Return to TFA is going to be no exception in that regard. And then we also see what looks to be an upgrade to the Chthonian Stone. So that's pretty neat. Let's see here. I haven't even read the article yet. I've just seen the images, but I haven't really taken a deep look at them. So this is kind of my first impressions. Let's see. You've already traversed the trackless rainforest and trespassed in ancient temples, and have been held captive in cities far beyond your own dimensional space and time. Should have been time and space, but that's fine. Okay, so some stuff here. Let's see. You may find yourself caught in a snake pit. Ooh. The snake pit. Let's see here. One shroud, one clue. FFG, if you're watching this, can you do something about this? This is obnoxious. Why can't the windows be the size of the image? Personal gripe. Alright, so it has a forced effect that says after you enter Snake Pit by exploring successfully but before moving to it, spawn one per investigator set aside pit viper enemies in the Snake Pit to a maximum of 3. Check your supplies. If an investigator at your location has binoculars, you may choose not to move to the Snake Pit, otherwise you must move to it. Ooh. Alright, so what are the pit vipers? Those the... Remind me what the pit vipers... Are those the 3/3/3 ones? And what do you have here? We have the Vengeful Serpent. It's a 2/2/2 enemy with Vengeance 0. It has the humanoid, monster, and serpent traits, Hunter, and Forced. After you draw a Vengeful Serpent, draw each Vengeful Serpent in the victory display as well. Ugh. Brutal. Oh, that's right. Yeah. The green one that's like... Oh, man. Wow, these are brutal. Holy shit. That's awful. Alright, let's see. What else we got here? Ooh. Another location. So this is a return to... what is that scenario called? City of Archives? So let's see. 2 Shroud, 1 Clue, Ancient Nakotis traded. While you're in the Alien Conservatory, to decrease your maximum hand size by 2. Ooh, sorry, Min. Sorry, Mandy. And it has an action that says test willpower 1. If you succeed, test agility 2. If you succeed, test intellect 3. If you succeed, remember that you saw a familiar specimen. Oh, neat. Okay, so that's another thing that you can test to to resolve at the end of the scenario. That's cool. That's good for investigators that have a hard time getting clues off locations. 2 Shroud with flashlight. That's nice. It's too bad it doesn't have a victory point, but well, can't expect everything. As far as this test goes, doesn't seem too difficult. For those who haven't played this scenario, spoilers, but you play as a Yithian who has, what is it, 2 in all stats? I think it's 2 in all stats. But you have the ability to get double icons out of your skill cards, or out of your cards in general. So testing these first couple of tests might not be too bad, but depending on how your deck is constructed, passing all 3 might be difficult all at once. Whoops. What else do we have here? From Another Time. Looks like some new encounter set scheme. Oh, the art is sweet on this card. Let's see. Revelation Test Intellect 4. Place X Doom on cultist enemies in play, divided as evenly as possible, or X is the amount you failed by. If you fail and there's no cultist enemy in play, instead search the encounter deck and discard pile for a cultist enemy and draw it. Oh, that's like Mysterious Chanting from the original core set. Let's see. Ooh, okay, player cards. Okay, before we get in the player cards, I'm gonna check if there's any. Sometimes they like give specific details on how certain things are gonna work. Let's see. These new encounter cards promise to bring dangerous new threats to your investigations. No matter. Okay, this just looks like nonsense. Let's see. Of course, not is all writhing snakes. Blah blah blah. Oh, it's nothing but cards. Okay, so we have Survival Knife level 2, 2 combat icons. Oh, that's a nice upgrade. Let's see. Action Fight, you get +2, and it has a reaction when an enemy attacks during the enemy phase, but before resolving the attack, you get to exhaust the knife. Oh, okay, that's cool. And then Fight, this attack targets the attacking enemy, and you get +2 fight and deal damage. Okay, that's pretty cool. So that's better than the original because it lets you attack before the enemy hits you, so you can potentially kill the enemy. That's pretty nice. The fact that it has 2 combat icons is also really cool. It combos really well with Well Prepared and other cards that boost your combat too. That's pretty good. The fact that it takes 1 hand slot is nice too, so you can still hold a flashlight or something. Yeah, this is pretty good. I could see this being pretty useful. Yeah, I like it. Let's see. Ooh, On Your Own. Oh. So let's see. Its upgraded version gains exceptional and permanent, so it costs 6 resources now, or 6 experience rather. So the original was a level 2 card, I believe. I think it was a level 2, but it costs 2 resources to play. So that's interesting. Yeah, how does that even work? So let's say you. Let's go to Arkham DB real quick here. Let's look it up. So yeah, so it costs 3 experience. Oh, it is a level 3 card. Okay, costs 2 resources. Limit 1 per investigator. Okay, so the big difference is that you can't even include allies in your deck. Not that that's a big deal, but and then it basically has the same reaction. Yeah, you just don't have to play it from your hand. You get to play it from the get-go. Yeah, I agree, Solar J. Like, allies are so good in general. Like, not even in Survivor alone, but like in every class, they're so good that like giving up your ally slot is really prohibitive. I mean, most people play Charisma to get a second ally slot. The allies are so good. So you definitely really have to build around this card. 6 experience is a lot, but I think manageable in Survivor. Like, you really don't have much else to spend experience on. Like, you're gonna buy cornered, more than likely. So that's, that's 4 experience there, and then most survivor builds are like 9 to 13 experience. So I could certainly see a build that wants to play this card. An investigator that comes to mind is Pete. Pete could be useful. I could see even what's her face? Patrice liking a card like this too, just given the nature of her ability always discarding cards from her hand. You might not have time necessarily to play allies. So I could see a build of Patrice that wants this card, or you can discard assets you can't play to the violin. Other than that, I mean, it's put out a range for pretty much anyone outside of Survivor other than Lola, right? Yeah, I mean, I think you'd just pay 6 and get the 1, right? It is kind of confusing because, like, yeah, like you said, like, what if you... It's very strange. Like, I really don't see why you would ever play the original on your own. Like the whole point of playing on your own is that you build a deck around it. And, like, getting it in play as fast as possible. So, in order to do that, you'd want both copies. But if you're going to spend 6 experience on that, then why wouldn't you just buy this version of it? Plus, it's not to say that, like, you couldn't play allies until you had this and then take them out and then put other level 0 cards in play. You can. Huh. Really? But, like, why would you want to? Like, what Survivor events are you going to play that costs 4 or 5? Oh, that's true. Yeah, you could teamwork it too. It's interesting. I'm trying to think of an investigator. Like, I think you could build a deck with Patrice around this card. It's too bad it's only Survivor event. If you could play Mystic events for 2 less, that'd be insane. So let's take a look at the Survivor events. Let's see here. Type event search. Let's view these as scans. There we go. Alright, so cards that we could potentially be playing are, like, look what I found for free. That's not bad. Does anyone even play this card? So, like, there's a decent amount of cards you could play for free. I like playing You Catastrophe for free. That's neat. That's a nice card to have for free. Making Cunning Distraction cheaper is cool. Fortune or Fate is free. That's nice. Free Flare is good. I particularly like Flare because I play a lot of standalone. And Flare has been pretty sweet for me in those situations. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, level 1 chance encounter. Or level 0 chance encounter. You could play the level 0 too. Or level 2 as well. You could also use it on Glimmer of Hope too. I think that costs 1. So there's some options, looks like. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Lucky, of course. Yeah, the improvised cards. Lure is a decent option. Perseverance isn't too bad. Yeah, you have options. Trial by Fire is probably a pretty good option too. I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah, Will to Survive is also very good. So that would be a thing too. So yeah, I think if you're gonna build an on your own deck, I could see Silas wanting it too, because you could. Yeah, you could in theory use something like Will to Survive and True Survivor to like reduce your resource cost by a shit ton essentially. So, like, you could reduce this by 2, reduce this by 2, So you're really only paying 3 resources for that. And then you essentially never have to draw from the bag again, so that's not too bad. Wendy might like it. Waylay is a decent option too, I guess. I don't even remember what this card does. Oh yeah, this card's insane. Forgot about that card. Yeah, it's decent. First impressions, yeah, that's definitely not a bad card. What are some cards, chat? What are some cards that you would like to see from Return to TFA? Let's take a look at cards from TFA too while we're here. Trying to think of cards off the top of my head. I mean, I've been playing a lot of Vantage Point. I know that's in TFA. Let's look at player cards only. And then let's view the scans and search. Okay, so let's see here. I don't think we're going to get a flamethrower. I think that card's already good enough as it is. I could see an upgraded Kerosene or Well Prepared. That'd be cool. Upgraded Venturer would be sweet. Maybe if it like was 1 cheaper and came into play with an extra supply or something. Intrepid. Oh yeah. The skill card. Yeah, I could see that too. I know they've been. Seems like Matt lately's been pushing for more leveled up skill cards, which is interesting. And I think Intrepid definitely lends itself to upgrading. Just remove that force effect, and there you go. That'd be sweet. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Second Wind is decent. Didn't that get an upgrade, or am I crazy? Let's see. Let's moving on to Seeker here. Oh yeah, we'll definitely get more Ancient Stones, obviously, too. I could see an upgrade or a downgrade to Feed the Mind. Yeah. Yeah, Thermos would be good too. Thermos was, like, honestly, that was MVP of that game. It really was. Let's see here. Narcotic Manuscripts, probably not. Quick Study would be an interesting upgrade. So it looks like we're gonna get an upgrade to Truth from Fiction, at least based on the product fan. And Vantage Point's been a pet card of mine ever since I started playing it in Luke. Really enjoyed this card. Cornered is ridiculous, so I don't think you need to upgrade that. We know we're getting an upgrade for this. We have an upgrade for Try Again. Yaltal is probably fine as he is. Old Hunting, probably not. Probably not the rifle. I could see them upgrading maybe these improvised cards. I could see maybe a Live and Learn upgrade, Take Heart upgrade. Stunning Blow would be a sweet card to upgrade. I don't think Last Chance needs upgrading. This card's already very good. Let's see here. Moving into Rogue. Let's see here. We could potentially see upgraded Lucky Cigarette Case. Upgraded Fence would be interesting. But I think Lucky Cigarette Case is a pretty good candidate for upgrading. Lola's ridiculous, so there's no way that card's gonna get an upgrade. Let's see here. I could see maybe Slipaway getting an upgrade, or maybe Hatchet Man if they want to go that route. Coup de grace. Let's see here. Moving into Mystic. We are pretty sure that Mist is going to get at least some sort of an upgrade. There was a level 4 version, so it's likely that they're going to include a level 2 version. They did this in Return to Dunwich with Rite of Seeking, so that's something that's likely going to happen here too. Yeah, and then we also know that there's likely to be an upgrade for Chthonian Stone, which is interesting because I'm curious to see what they do with this card. How do you upgrade it? I mean, it's a seal, right? So do you like add charges to it and then kind of like Seal the Seventh Sign, or I'd be curious to see what Matt does with that. Shards of the Void would be an interesting upgrade too, but it seems like the two, if they're still doing the same card distribution for this Return to cycle that they did in the last one, then it's likely we're only going to get these two cards. So I think if you remove that forced effect, it's way too good though. But maybe not. I mean, the seal deck is kind of janky to begin with, so I could see that. Let's see here. Yeah, so maybe Enraptured too. But that's more of a pet card. Again, been playing a lot of Luke, so yeah, that's an option. You could, yeah, you're definitely right. There is definitely some way to balance it, I think. But yeah, I think if you would just outright remove it, that's probably a little too much. And then the rest of this is just neutral cards. Yeah, upgraded Thermos. What? That'd be cool. So I'm curious to see if they do another one of these campaign mode weaknesses too. As I really like Dark Pact, and what's the other one? Accursed Fate. I like these cards a lot. They're cool weaknesses. A really cool design. And I think that's it, right? The rest of it's just weaknesses, and yeah, it's Taka and Alejandro. So, yeah, not too bad. There's some good options, I think, for upgrade choices, but what do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know either in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're still in chat. Let me know down in the chat window that way. But I think that's gonna do it for today. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this stream. We did manage to get through all of TCU, so I'm pretty happy about that. As far as my next campaign, I'll probably put up some poll either on Twitter or in our Discord server. So if you want to watch me suffer through another campaign with a different investigator, certainly be sure to let me know. But other than that, I think that's gonna do it for today, guys. So really want to thank you guys for watching, and have a great rest of your day.